Hello and welcome to the first Yoga Strength for Everyday Endurance Athletes videos on the series. Today is the Warrior Tree sequence, and so we're going to go through the exercises, the poses, and simply show you how to do them in case you don't know, and this will build over the 6-week course. So the first one is going to be a child's pose. Big toes are together back on the mat. Your knees are wide. The first thing to do is to sink your butt back onto your heels. All right, and from here, you have some options. You can come down onto your elbows. If you feel like you can reach out, then do that. If you have a block or a book, you can put that here and put your head on it. The inhale is to typically come up a little bit with your torso, and the exhale is to sink down with your back being straighter than it was. That's kind of the goal. And to bring your collarbones down towards the mat. So inhale, collarbones down. You'll feel this in the back of your hamstrings and into your glutes, in your shoulders. And then exhale down. You can also use this as a pure rest pose and just hang out here without moving. All right, so the second one is coming into a downward dog. So you'll curl your toes under, bring your hips up, and extend your hands. So the inhale is to come up on a tiptoe. The exhale is to bring a heel down. Bring the other heel down on the next exhale. And then you might exhale and bring your collarbones again closer to the mat. The goal in a downward dog is to be a V. So you have a straight line from your heels to your hips, and then from your hips to your hands. And that's always the challenge, for me at least. Good. And then from here, we'll come into a 3-legged dog. We'll inhale, and then exhale, we'll bring our right leg forward. And then we'll drop our back heel and we'll come into a warrior one. And I'll flip around. So in a warrior one, here are the things you're looking at. Front knee is over your front ankle. Your back leg is mostly straight. It's not locked out. That's kind of a key, but it's straight. Okay? Arms are up, and the inhale is the goal in Warrior One is to have your hips forward and your shoulders forward, and then create a bit of a back bend. So what we do is the inhale is to open up your shoulders a little bit, and to exhale and rotate your shoulders, because that'll mean your hips will come with them. All right, so where you'll feel this, the stretch is all the way through your inner thigh into your psoas, into your belly, and the strength is on your right leg, the down leg, in your glute, especially if you're on your heel a little bit, and in your quad. Obviously, your core has to stabilize you, and your shoulders are keeping your arms up. If this is too much for your shoulders, bring your hands down here or down to your waist. Okay? Then we'll inhale and come into a warrior two. The first thing to check is that when you're rotating, your knee often comes with you. And so straighten your knee. Your back leg stays straight. So your front knee comes out over the front ankle. And this time we're rotating our shoulders and hips sideways. Okay, arms are out at the side. The goal then, the inhale, is to open a little bit. And then the exhale is to stretch your arms and shoulders out as far as they will go. Sometimes I'm even going to bring my leg a little straight and then exhale and deepen in. Next thing to check is your position. A lot of times people will come forward into Warrior One, and you want to keep your torso straight up and down so that you have weight on your back leg. The reverse warrior now is taking the same angle so that my shoulders are as much in line with my ankles as possible, and I'm going to bring my right hand up and create a side bend in reverse warrior. My left hand can either be on my thigh or it can wrap around my lower back and I can reach back. So then the inhale is just lifting my torso back up, and the exhale as if I was trying to bring my left shoulder down to my left knee and fold sideways, but that's not going to happen. But so it's like that kind of that direction. All right, good. All right, the next one is going to be simply a balance pose in our tree pose. And here's what I want you to think about for all of the balance poses that we do over the next 6 weeks, is to think about your breath. So we've been practicing your breath from your nose into your belly and filling your belly and then relaxing. So what I want you to think about with these balance poses is to drag your breath, even just picture your breath, not just going down into your belly, but going all the way down your leg, into your foot, and then through the ground. I like to tell the story of when I was younger, and I've always been built like this, tall and skinny. When I went to county fairs or the Northern Wisconsin State Fair up in Chippewa, and we went to the mallet swinging things and you could hit the bell, I could usually hit the bell, even though I'm skinny. Because what I did is that I imagined the mallet not hitting the bell, but going in to the earth. So it would go all the way through, and I could usually create enough torque with that mentality that it would create enough strength or power or whatever it is to hit the bell to the top. So that's what I want you to think about, is your leg and your breath going down into the ground. It takes some practice. So what we'll do in this is we'll start with left foot on the ground, my toes on my right, my heels coming to my left ankle. So my knee is open. That's the first place. And you can stay here. Okay, that could be enough for you to practice. Or you could bring your foot to your calf, or you can bring your foot into your inner thigh. Try to keep your knee open again. So what I'm doing is that I'm trying to talk to the screen, but you want to find a spot on the floor to just stare at. Think about your breath going all the way into the floor and staring at this. If you feel like you've got some balance, you can bring your branches of your tree up into the air. So in a plank, we'll start in a downward dog. Inhale, and then on the exhale, we'll roll into a plank and then down into a cobra. So the cobra, hands are underneath your shoulders. The exhale is trying to bring your hips, the front of your hips, down to the mat. So then curl your toes back under, come into a downward dog. So it's a 3-part plank, downward dog, upward dog, or cobra. If you want to get serious, you can come into an upward dog and be on your tops of your feet and have your knees off the ground, and from here. So you can also simply do plank and then exhale back to downward dog. Inhale, exhale to plank, inhale, exhale back to downward dog. And then we end in child's pose. All right, good luck, and let me know how it goes.